Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Recently, the former National Vice Chairman of the All Progressive Congress for Northwest, Salihu Lukman, has called on the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former military president Ibrahim Babangida, former National Security Advisor and Minister of Defense Aliyu Gusau, and others to formulate strategy against the ruling All Progressive Congress in 2027. The idea, according to Lukman, is to mobilize the critical mass of the Nigerian people to ensure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC are not returned to power in 2027. He believed that these people can play a role in driving APC out of power in 2027. But he is missing the point. He is missing the point because these people are retired people. And even in their active days, I will show you that they were never able to maneuver the minefield that is very rampant in Nigeria's political terrain. Of all of them, only Obasanjo had been able to play successfully in the murky waters of Nigerian politics. He is the one that can influence what can happen in 2027. And he tried his best, even in 2023. Of all the people that Lukman mentioned, Obasanjo was the one that campaigned with his full chest for Peter Obi of the Labour Party. And he gave reasons why Peter Obi was better than the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress at that time, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Abubakar. Obasanjo was able to make a stand. He campaigned vigorously for Peter Obi. He went so everywhere, literally, with Peter Obi to show his solid support. Despite his efforts, that election was not free and fair. That election was not free and fair. The report by the European Union and by ordinary Nigerians and everything else showed that that election was not free and fair. And it was believed strongly that it was Peter Obi that suffered the most in the rigging of that election, because many believed that he was the one that won the election, but it was rigged. And if you remember, ahead of that election, most of the opinion polls gave it to Peter Obi. And for those who are even saying that Peter Obi came third and all that, if Peter Obi did not win that election, why is Tinubu administration fixated on Peter Obi, making sure that he doesn't play any significant role in 2027? Why is he the major target? Why is he the major target? Like that Carnegie used to say, nobody kicks a dead dog. If Peter Obi was a dead dog, he would not be kicked. It is because of what happened in 2023. They don't want it to repeat again in 2027. So that being said about Obasanjo, that Obasanjo he came out with his full chest in 2023 to campaign for Peter Obi. Okay? To show that he was ready to influence the election. And he also had played a major role in the political terrain of Nigeria, given that he has contested the election 2 times and he won. So that's an indication of somebody who can play a role. And you also know that Obasanjo is also not happy with the outcome of that election. You can see that since Tinubu was sworn in, Obasanjo has never attended any Council of State meeting that was called by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has decided to remove himself from it because, as far as he's concerned, that's my thinking. He doesn't think that he deserves to go to the villa to attend any Council of State meeting when he knew how they emerged at the presidency in 2023. So he decided to keep himself away from that. So you can understand where he stands on this matter. So he is the one that can still play a key role. And I believe that Obasanjo will soon write a letter. And I know they will attack him. I can tell you for free that when the election to 2027 is getting closer, Obasanjo will write a letter that will shake this nation on what he has observed under the Tinubu administration that can make a change. Then if you look at Babangida himself, who was called the Maradona because he was able to do Maradonic things when he was military head of state. But as a civilian, he has lost that Maradonic instinct long ago. This is because in 2011, don't forget in 2011, Babangida himself contested for the presidency of Nigeria. And he contested under the platform of the People's Democratic Party. At that time, the northern elites believed that it was their turn to produce the president, not the turn of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan from South. He threw himself into the race. What happened? The northern establishment said, okay, that there will be northern consensus candidates to determine who will be the candidate of the North that will challenge Jonathan for the ticket of the PDP. And Adamu Chiroma was made the chairman of that Northern Consensus Committee. Those who contested that election with Babangida for the to determine who will be the Northern Consensus candidate include Babangida himself, Bukola Saraki, then governor of Kwara State. Then you have Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and then this Aliyu Gusau. They all contested for that position on who will emerge the Northern Consensus candidate. What happened? When the Adamu Chiroma committee held their election, I don't know how it was done, but it emerged that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar beat all of them, including Babangida, including Aliyu Gusau, to emerge as the Northern Consensus candidate that faced Goodluck Jonathan for the ticket of the PDP. So if Babangida was that smart, how come that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar outsmarted him in 2011 to emerge the consensus candidate? So I think the IBB's capacity to maneuver in a civilian terrain is in doubt. I don't see how he can play any role. Besides, age and health is not on his side. So I don't see him playing any role. I don't see how what he can do that will change the fortune of Nigerians, because to ensure that APC does not get back to power in 2027. Of course, Aliyu Gusau is referred to as the spy master. He has been National Security Advisor, he has been Minister of Defense, and all that. But at that consensus election, he was also defeated by Atiku Abubakar. So, and Atiku Abubakar is a major contender ahead of 2027 election. So if Atiku Abubakar cannot be able to outmaneuver Tinubu in 2027 to ensure that APC does not return to power, then how do you expect Gusau and Babangida to do it? These are the people that Atiku defeated in 2011, far back as 2011. So I don't think that Salihu Lukman got it right in expecting these people to play any key role in changing the change. Don't forget, APC came under the mantra of change. If you want to change the change, it is the Nigerian people that will do it. It is those who are active in politics today that will do it, not those who are of the past. Even Aliyu Gusau himself, he's from Zamfara State. And look at what is happening in his state. Even his security knowledge have not been able to help his people get out of the mess, security mess they are in there. So it shows that all these people we used to rate too highly, that they can do or don't do, it's not as we think. Some of these things are media creations that does not have the powers to do what we think they can do in reality. But what is correct, what can be done, is for Nigerian people to say enough is enough and reject the APC. And how can they do it? Is to vote and protect their vote in 2027, and also to mobilize in unity between the north, the south, the southeast, to say enough is enough and unite to ensure that APC does not return to power in 2027. And how can this be done? To ensure that amendments to the Electoral Act that will make it compulsory for electronic transmission of result, electronic voting, and electronic transmission of result is well written in capital letters in the Electoral Act and passed into law before the election, so that all the loopholes that APC used to maneuver itself back to power in 2027, in 2020, that maneuver itself back to power in 2023 is blocked, okay, ahead of 2027. And then we know there are challenges. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed the Chief Justice of Nigeria. That's a very strong institution, the judiciary. And it's this Chief Justice of Nigeria that he appointed from Lagos State that will superintend over the appointment of justices for the Supreme Court to adjudicate on the election in 2027. And he is going to appoint in 2025 another INEC chairman who will conduct the election. So these key institutions, Tinubu has appointed one, remain one, and he's going to appoint his loyalists, no doubt about it, as INEC chairman. But if the south, the north, southeast, and south unite and say enough is enough, and APC is defeated by a wide margin, because for APC to leave power in 2027, they must not only be defeated, they must be seen to be defeated with a wide margin, so that they will find it difficult to couple up numbers to be able to emerge victorious through INEC. That, to me, should be the proper discussion, instead of looking up to the retired generals to come and help in removing APC from power in 2027. I think That's not necessary. What Salihu Lukman and others of like mind should be thinking of is how to unite North, South, South, Southeast on a project to remove APC from power in 2027. If they can be able to do this, build a consensus, build it against a leader that will be acceptable nationwide, a leader that has integrity, capacity, that leader will be able to defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu in a free and fair election in 2027. And you don't need Babangida, you don't need Obasanjo, you don't need Gusau, you don't need General Abubakar to make this possible. Those who are active in politics today can do it. Nigeria's political history is full of people coming out to make a change in the country, and it can be repeated in 2027. That's my take on this matter. I don't know what you think. Whatever is your position, let us know at the comment box what you think is the way forward, the best way forward to ensure that the APC is not returned to power in 2027. Because APC returning to power means that the hardship continues in Nigeria, and that will be the worst thing that will ever happen to this nation, the return of APC in 2027. You can imagine what Nigerians are passing through now. That Nigerians will pass through this for 8 years is unthinkable. That's my position on this. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.